Hi everyone, Love to Share is here again. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create a round logo in Photoshop. Okay, first you're going to open your Photoshop. Next, you click the file, you click new, and then you choose a canvas size. You can actually customize your canvas size. For instance, you want to print it on a short bond paper, you can actually click the custom, this one, custom size. You can customize actually here. You can change the width and the height. Okay, this is 8.5 by 11 in height. So this is short bond paper. The orientation is portrait. So meaning the height is greater than the width. You set the resolution to 300 pixels per inch. RGB, white is the background, and then click create. Okay, first you need to insert a guide at the center of your canvas. So to insert a guide at the center of your canvas so that you can make a logo which is perfectly centered vertically and horizontally. So you click the view and then you click new guide, and then another strategy to insert a guide is you can actually input here in percent. So the active is horizontal, so you type 50%, so meaning 50% of the horizontal size. So our horizontal width is 8.5, so the center is 4.25. so automatically it will get the 50% horizontally. Okay, so next you click view, you add another guide, new guide. So this time you insert vertical, then you click you input 50%, and then you click OK. This time you have now the center of your canvas, or the intersection of the vertical and horizontal line. So this is actually the vertex or the center of your canvas. This time we will create a new shape here. So first, to create a new shape, so Photoshop is working with layers, so you add another layer by clicking this one. This button is create new layer, so you press this one once, it will create a new layer here. So you can name a layer. For instance, this is the outside circle, so meaning this is actually the actual size of your logo. For example, you want to make a logo to be printed on the t-shirt which is 5 inches in diameter. So next you click here, you right click, and then you choose the ellipse tool. So you click the ellipse tool here. Okay, now you can actually another way to insert a shape is to use an ellipse tool. So you can also type text to path even if you choose shape here at the options bar. So the active fill is this color. For example, you want to change the color of the shape of the circle you want to insert, you just click and then you can select for example this color here. Okay, this time you move your mouse pointer, you point at the center of your canvas at the intersection of these two lines, and then you simply click once. Click OK. It will appear this window, create ellipse. Okay, this time you can now input the size of your ellipse or circle. So this time you can change the unit of measurement. Instead of pixels, you can change this one into inch. So for example, I want to create 5 inches, 5 inches or 5 in. The symbol is 5 in, and then since it is a circle, 5 inches also the height, 5 in. Okay, you make sure you check this one. You check this from center, then you click OK. Okay, that will actually create a circle at the center of your canvas automatically. So you can click this one to dock this properties panel. This one you click. Okay, so now you can create another circle. So the diameter of this one is 5 inches. So next, you create another ellipse tool or circle inside your the 5 inches diameter circle. So right click here, you choose ellipse. Again, you need to create another layer here. So you click here. So you have already another layer so that you can actually organize your simply organize your layers. Easy for you to manage your graphics if you separate every graphics on a layer. Okay, so double click to rename. For instance, this is the inside circle. So this layer is the inside circle. So next, again, the same step. When you create this blue circle, you can zoom in or press Ctrl plus to focus on your design, and then you click at the center, at the intersection here. Click once, again this will appear. So for instance, you want the interval of your outside circle and the inside circle, if you want 1 inch, so you decrease the 5 inch to 4 inches, 4 in, 4 inches from center. And then what color you want to put, so you click OK. You have already the next circle at the center. So since it has the same color, so you cannot see actually that there is another circle inside there. So you can change actually the fill. So for example, you want to color it this one, apple green. Okay, so next, you can now insert your path or text to path. Okay, so to insert directly your text, you just simply click the paths here, and then make sure that the first layer actually is the paths here, the inside circle here. Okay, so you make sure you select this one, then you go back to this layer, and then this time, since the path is selected here, you can see there is a path, and then click the text tool. Then you make sure so that you can simply center the text in the circle. So make sure this is selected. Okay, this time it is selected. For instance, you click here, so you make sure center, you choose center. Okay, then position your mouse pointer at the path. Okay, it will change to a curve with an I-beam. So this time you click. Okay, now you can change the size of your font. For instance, you change this one to 24, the size at the options bar. Okay, this time you can now type the text. So the color of the text is this one. So for example, you want to change this one to another color. For example, you choose a dark blue here. You click OK. So now you type, for instance, okay. So next, you can move the text up. So by clicking this one, character, and then this option, you can drag this one to move the text up or no. Simply select first the text, highlight, and then go back to character, and here you can drag this one to move the text up. Dragging to the left, it will move down. Dragging to the right, it will move up. So you make sure you can center. Okay, for example, that one. So you click here, and then you click the move tool to accept. Okay, next you can type another text by simply clicking at the paths here. You click this one, you make sure the path will display, then go back to paths and then click this one. Okay, there's already another path with the same size. So go back to the layer, and then if this displays, that means you can now type the text. So click the text tool here, and then you click on the path here. Now you can type the text. So for example, the same size, 24, Arial bold. Type the text. Okay, then to mirror the text, you can simply click here, select this one, you click the fat selection tool, and then drag up from down to up. Okay, so this will change the text. So next, you go back the same action what you do with the Surigao City text. You click here. You select first the text, double click so that you can move. Click this button, character, then the same, you move, dragging right, move up. So you have to drag to the left to center your text. Okay, for example, you are satisfied with that, then you click this double arrow to dock the characters panel. So now you can click the move tool. So you have already your design. So for example, you want to put a circle here or a star. For instance, I want to put a circle. Just simply select the same ellipse tool, click the ellipse tool, and then you make sure it is shape, and then you change the color. For example, you want to fill this one with the red color here, then you click OK. and then you hold down the shift while dragging. Make another layer for the circle. Create another layer, then while dragging, you hold down the shift to make a perfect circle. Okay, so release, then you can duck this one and then pick the move tool to position the circle where you want it to. For instance, that one, and then you hold down the Alt without or you can just press Ctrl J to duplicate. So you have already the two layers with this red circle. So while you point it with your mouse, you hold down your shift key on the keyboard and then drag to the right to align. So even you move your mouse up and down, it will actually align horizontally. So here, okay, so if you want to emphasize Surigao City text, you just simply double click and you can for instance, you can choose here the Arial black. Okay, so next you can now make designs on your text or logo. So you can put a stroke outside. So for instance, this is the outside circle and you want to put a stroke. You right click on the name of the layer and then blending options, and then click the stroke. That's a black and 12 pixels. So if you increase this one, this will actually the thickness of the stroke. So for instance, you want only 12, then you click OK. So if you want to change color, just simply click the color. You want only the blue, dark blue here, then you click OK, and then if you are satisfied, you click OK here. So for the green, you just click the green circle layer, right click, the same, do the same, blending options. For instance, the same color of the stroke, 12, the same, and then OK. Okay, now you can make a design at the center. So for example, you want to put a picture inside the circle. So you browse for a picture you want to put at the canvas or at the center. You drag the picture, hold down on your left mouse button, point to PS, do not release, then move to your canvas and then release your picture. So if you want to center actually this picture, for example, you hold down the shift and then Alt while resizing. Okay, for example, you decide for example this one, you press enter. For instance, you want to erase the City of Island Adventures because there's already a text at the bottom. You just simply right click at the layer, rasterize. You can use this selection tool, click this one, and then you select the portion you want to delete here. You make sure the layer is selected is that the picture here. You can press delete on the keyboard, Control D to deselect. Then for example, you want to cut here at the center of the text. You just simply select the green, hold down the control, and then click OK. So you have already the selection. So that you can remove the outside of the selection, select first Surigao City or the picture. Okay, then select, then inverse, then press delete on the keyboard, delete, then press Control D. Okay, so if if you want to add another pictures here to fill this green with also another picture, can for instance, you want to blend the color inside, you press Control, then I want for example, you want the blue color, you can mix this gradient tool, right click, gradient, and then for example you want this gradient color here, then you rasterize first this one so that you can fill with the gradient color, rasterize, and then you can now drag to change the color. Okay, so Control D to deselect. Okay, that's all I have to you today on how to make a round logo in Photoshop. Thanks for watching.